All right, so I feel a bit awkward, but I always wanted to make some videos, you know, just to start dabbling into it. So here's my first project. It's December 16th, 11:47 a.m. Who knows where this is gonna go, but here we go. Today's project for me is to make some coffee with an Aeropress. I love coffee and I have an Aeropress which I think does a great job. So for anybody who's looking to make coffee on an Aeropress, super simple, super easy. I know my technique is it's probably not like, coffee making expert kind of style. It's just really quick, easy, like let's get some coffee in the morning and let's get going. I like a good tasting cup of coffee. So here it is. Let's check it out. All right, so got my coffee right here, my coffee beans in the storage, whatever. I might not use the right words, but it's all good. Coffee grinder, super easy, super fast, it's nicely sealed. Beans will last long, like the quality will last longer. So basically these are some good coffee beans I got the roaster is Onyx, but I just got it at a pretty nice cafe. All right, so I have a scooper here, and this I measured it, before, so I have a measure also, but one scoop is about 15 grams, like somewhere around there, like 15 grams. I think that makes a decent cup of coffee for one serving. So throw it in the grinder. All right, now when I grind it, I've been doing my research as to how fine I should grind the coffee bean, and it basically says for an Aeropress you can grind it down to about, like table salt. So that's pretty fine. So grind it up. And I grind that for a while because I'm gonna grind it pretty fine. All right. Yeah. Oh, it smells fabulous. So, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some coarse ones, but majority of them are fine grinding. All right. Some people say, warm it up. All right, sure. Warm it up. Now, here's the thing also, water temperature. When I looked it up, Aeropress is, you're basically kind of like leaving the coffee ground in the Aeropress, letting the flavors come out. So you don't want to make the water too hot and you don't want it to be too cold. Because if it's too hot, you'll get too much of the acidity. So the recommendation was about 180 degrees, and my electric kettle, it has like the temperature controlling system built into it. So I control it to 180 degrees. All right, so I warmed it up a little bit. I'll pour that warm water into the cup so that the cup can also be warm. Now the other thing is, here's my Aeropress paper. This is up to you, but so this is my second time using it. I saw the inventor of Aeropress. I forget his name, but he uses his paper like over and over again. So why not? Trying to be frugal here a little bit. So I dried it out, I washed it, dried it out, and I'm gonna use this again. This is gonna be the reverse method. I'm gonna put the rubber to where it's about 4 right here. Doesn't really matter. And then just throw in the coffee beans right in there. All right. You wanna pour the hot water, maybe about, like I pour it into about 2. About 2. Here's your stirrer. Stir it for about 20 seconds, Let all the coffee grinds get spread out in the hot water. Let it bathe. I don't even know what words to use. Just stir so that all the coffee grinds can touch the water so that its flavor can just ooze out. Not 20 seconds, give or take. What matters is that the coffee beans the grinds are all. So here it is. I'm gonna close the lid. And I'm gonna let it sit for about a minute, all right? So Alexa, set a timer for a minute.
1 minute, starting now.
All right, so I got Alexa to hold me out. Now here's the thing is some words of caution would be, you wanna make sure that the paper on the cup is closed properly so that the coffee grinds don't spill out of the sides and into your cup. Then you have coffee grind in there, it won't taste good. So you want to leave this in for about a minute so the coffee grinds can be extracted in the water. They say, read your coffee box as to the origin, the flavors, and what notes and what not. Well, just enjoy your time here a little bit. So here's the cup being warmed with the hot water so that it's not like dipped into a cold cup. Oh well, whatever. All right, Alexa, stop. A minute is up. You want to maybe just press down just a little bit. This is when you reverse it. Just spin it a little bit so all the coffee grinds can come down. And basically, you just want to press down gently. You're not trying to force it down. You're just trying to gently let it drip. It's kind of like a drip coffee in that sense. But the Aeropress really gets the flavors. You just never get the same flavor as when you're enjoying a nice cup of coffee and you want to get some of those fruity notes and all those other stuffs in comparison to Keurig. If you hear it, you'll hear a hissing sound. That's when you know it's done. There's a hiss, and you don't want to press all the way down, because if you do, then you're just gonna get the acidic flavors from the bottom of you hear some hiss, then you're done. All right, so here it is. This isn't a lot. That's about it, right? It's not a lot, but it's a concentrated coffee. It's almost like espresso. So you want to dilute this to your liking. All right, don't make this overcomplicated. In the beginning, I used to get my measure, my measurer here. I would measure everything, how many grams of water I put in, whatnot. But take it easy. Find the right sweet spot for yourself, because I don't have time for that anymore. All right. And once you do it, you kind of get the idea of where, how much water you want to put in, and then taste it. All right. Okay. I think I finished my coffee right here. Super easy, super fast. I think if I just made it like this, I might be able to make it in 2 minutes. All right, this is what I like to do at the end. So here it is, my coffee paper, or the Aeropress paper. There's coffee on the tip. Oh, I'll leave that to wash it. But what I do with the leftover coffee grind is I keep it in a cup like this. And the reason is, no, I'm not gonna reuse these to make coffee. I'm not that frugal. You just won't get that kind of coffee. I don't know, I've never tried it, but never crossed my mind to do it. The reason why I save it is, first of all, it smells good. It'll trap odors. Who doesn't like coffee smell? I know some people who don't. Anyway, side story. I want to dry this out, and what's good with these coffee grinds is that they make good fertilizer. And maybe someday I'll show you guys what kind of plants I have around. But you know, I'll just pour it into the pots because these are great fertilizers for plants. And you know, I won't really show you how I wash these, but basically you just run it through hot water. You know, run it through hot water, wash off the coffee grinds on this paper, and then just leave it somewhere, you know, and then dry it out. You can reuse it, up to you, it's your preference, but run it through hot water, you know, clean it a little bit. You don't need to use a lot of dish soap, just hot water, just a light amount of dish soap. Or if you don't even use dish soap, that's fine. Just wash it with hot water and then you're good. Super low maintenance, super easy. I think the Aeropress was one of my greatest investments. If you're thinking like, dang, I don't know how much your budget is, but it's not that expensive. It's worth the investment if you like a nice cup of coffee. And today I just made like just a black coffee, but next time perhaps I can even show you how to make some, you know, mocha latte with the Aeropress, which is super easy, my liking, Sam style. So hey, stay tuned for the next video project. Hope you learned something today, that it's not hard to make yourself a nice cup of coffee. Enjoy.